cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and that's the main expos nowadays. Estonia takes proud of the security of NATO with cyber attacks. So the cyber technologies, we believe in business and in technology, in education. The STEM brand that they have in the chamber is a key issue. I was talking to my colleague in Austria in the table that we have it this morning. That was a key issue. Education is a key issue. It's also a good business.
Estonia was talking about how one of their main businesses is technology and how they support international clients. So in that sense, and we'll start with Masi since I have you here. So how have you seen within the economy and your own business all these global events and generally the global economy affecting to your business?
Okay, that's a loaded question. Okay, that's a loaded question, but I will say that, look, we're always coming out of a pandemic, and you know, I sit on the board of the Great Eastern Partnership, which is the local chamber here, and Houston has been kind of the last company to go into recession, is always the first company to come out. So it's based on the workforce, you know, the infrastructure.
Within the industry, we're being impacted by that global economy. I think that we're going to have that the counterpart of it. The benefit that we could actually start getting, it's with the new infrastructure package coming from the federal government, there's going to be an influx in cash that's going to be coming to the economy, where we're going to be growing our infrastructure, our roads, our transportation, and it's going to be benefiting airports and ports as well. So we're going to be looking a lot for grants for state and federal work that's going to be coming up. So there's a lot of those benefits that we're going to get, even though we have that global economy that's impacting us. And just in general numbers in Texas, Dallas and Houston are two of the largest construction activities markets in the country. They're probably the second and third largest markets in the country right now. Austin is a top 10 market. So Texas is a great place to do business, even in situations that we have right now with escalation and global activity impacting our business.
Thank you, Luis. So Tim, from the perspective of the port or your personal experience, so how do you see this globalization and all that's happening right now?
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to be with you today. Unprecedented levels of activity at our various terminals and for the Houston Ship Channel. You know, you obviously hear so much, it's Texas, so you hear so much about energy and demands on domestic production. And that, of course, is escalating. What we see very tactically, of course, at the Port of Houston is the demand for steel pipe, drilling pipe. So you begin to see the rig counts go up in Texas and the neighboring states, and almost all of that drill pipe comes through the Port of Houston. It's not a great moneymaker for the port, but it's a very visible commodity to really illustrate that demand. So tactically, of course, we see that. And those of you who have your consumer goods that have been sitting in a box somewhere for perhaps 6 to 9 weeks.
That's great to know, and that's probably need to be advertised to a lot of the businesses.
So the other thing is, and I'm glad you're bringing that up, because during this time we had a lot of fraud. You heard about the fraud issue that was taking place. Ladies and gentlemen, TWC was not breached. None of those folks that were contacted as a result of fraud came as something that happened at the agency. These are things that happened at other places, maybe even in other companies, but they were targeting people that had large businesses. Many of you had those, and many of you had employees that were actually being charged or were accused of a fraud, or even the company owner. Just so that you know, we at the agency were not breached.
Commissioner, thank you for your partnership and all the great work.